Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high. Cause St. Louis is ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold on, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up. Weekdays, catch us live. Somebody, let's go.
Good afternoon. Good evening and good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Pascal Show. Hope you guys are all doing well out there. Hope this show finds you in good spirits because another day above the dirt is always a blessing. No matter if you're at home or at a playground or anything of that sort, we have some things we have got to talk about. Have mercy. Okay, I take a few days off. Not even a few days. I mean, it literally was like a day. Okay, about a day or two off. And the world has lost its mother-loving mind. I'm just going to say that really quick before we get into this conversation, because this is absolutely crazy. And haven't we learned? Okay. We're going to get into this. This is disgusting and sad. Really, really sad. In my personal opinion. But that's my opinion. Just like everybody else has their opinion as well. This is some crazy stuff. It's not going to be a long show, but I did want to bring this up and talk to you guys about this because I've had some time to think about this, but I didn't really need much time to talk or think about this. Let's be real. If you are on the side of good, if you're on the side of being good-natured individuals, this should be an easy cakewalk for you, okay? But I digress. Because some people have different opinions. $600,000 worth of opinions. But we're going to get into this. Please do me a favor. Hit that like button down below. Crush it. Do what it do. Get those reaction buttons hit as well if you're watching on other platforms. If you are watching on those other platforms like Facebook, X/Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Rumble, make sure you're subscribing to that and hitting that follow button, okay? Follow those platforms. Don't forget to subscribe here on my main channel. Go to my secondary channel, The Pascal Show Clips. We've got some other things going on over there, percolating. More like my B-sides are being done over there. So go check those things out as well. Subscribe to both channels. Make sure you hit that notification bell on both channels so you know whenever I go live, whenever I upload, because honestly, it is random. All right? Hit that join button down below. Become a member. Check out my Patreon. Check out my locals. And, of course, check out PascalMerch.com. All right, guys? We got some really great stuff over there. PascalMerch.com. Go check it out. I'm sure you're going to find something you're going to love, okay? Oh, boy, guys. You know, I did not expect any of this to happen. Now, I want you to know, this video that we will be seeing in just a second, in just a minute, I've seen a billion times. It was shared like crazy over this past week. And I was like, well, there goes her life. Her life is about to be in shambles, right? And you guys, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about this particular video where this woman by the name of Shiloh Hendrix out in Rochester, Minnesota, don't you know, she was out in a park with her kid, and suddenly she had a big problem with another kid there because she alleges that kid was rummaging through her diaper bag. Now, let me just be real. Rummaging through anybody's belongings is wrong. You shouldn't be doing that. We can all agree on that. But what comes out of this woman's mouth towards this little kid is absolutely unbelievable. I feel was not warranted at all. But here's the thing, and I know that a lot of people have already talked about this, and by the way, some of them I'm just shocked, kind of appalled and disappointed, because I've listened to a lot of different platforms on a lot of different platforms talk about their 2 cents on this thing, and I still don't give a damn about the excuse of sticks and stones. That whole phrase, it's just words. Still, no matter what, these are words that should not be spoken to by any person, especially to a little kid. And it doesn't matter if the kid is in fact 5 years old, or if he has autism, or if he's not autistic and not 5 years old. It doesn't matter. He's a kid. All right? Doesn't matter. There's ways to tell a kid to skedaddle or get away or get out of your stuff without actually calling them the N word. I'm sorry. That's just what I think. And actually, I'm not sorry. Because grown adults should not be speaking as such to kids. And I don't know about you, if you guys have been out here, okay? If you guys have been out here and you are a person of color, I still remember the first time I was ever called the N-word to my face as a kid. I still do. And it was a hurtful moment. And it was one of those things where a kid has to learn about racism, has to learn about people who are going to say ignorant and rude things about that person solely because of the color of their skin. Or they just use that word because the color of your skin. Now, like I said, things like this, where there's a kid, he's going through a bag. Like I said, doesn't matter if he's 5, doesn't matter if he's 8, doesn't matter if he's autistic, doesn't matter if he's not autistic. What he did was wrong. He shouldn't have been doing that. But why does it resort to the instant use of that hateful and hurtful word? Now, like I said, there's going to be people out here going, oh, boo-hoo, oh, sticks and stones. But at the same time, this is a kid we're talking about, guys. This is a kid. And still, no matter what, there's other words. There are a billion other words in the English language that you can use to get your point across. But you resort to saying that word. There are ways to get your point across. There are ways to be an adult and tell somebody to back off, even telling them to F off. But instead, we're using language that we shouldn't be using. And yes, I get it. Some people sit there and go, how dare it be said when it's being said in music all the time? And honestly, I'm sorry, but that is one of the main things, one of the biggest excuses that is being used by people still to this day. Now, I'm not justifying using the N-word in rap songs. Not at all. In fact, I hate it. But at the same time, that still does not garner someone the right to say that to a young kid in a park. Like I said, we have a million other words on this planet that can be used, and those words could have been used instead of that word being used. But like I said, I digress. What I'm very shocked about is I'm shocked about a bunch of things. One, you got someone who is literally saying the word N-word, and now she's going to make $1 million. She's going to raise $1 million. I want you guys to know that. That's going to happen. Okay? That's going to happen. Does she justifiably deserve it? I don't think so. I really don't. But here's the thing. There's a lot of things like I said, we're going to be swimming through a lot of gray area here. I'm going to keep it real. Okay? Just so you know. There are some things that I have strong emotions about because I know what it feels like to be called. Well, shoot. I mean, I've been on this planet long enough to be called the N-word enough times in my life. Be on the receiving end of those words in a negative way. I have friends that call me their N-word as love, out of love, a term of endearment. But I also have people that have called me that word to my face solely because they didn't know me. They didn't like what is on my skin. The fact that I'm black. Now, there's going to be a bunch of things that we're going to be talking about here. We're going to be swimming in and out of different things. And I want to make it abundantly clear. I don't think that this woman deserves to be making $600,000 plus for saying the N-word. I will say this too. I don't think it's right that people are doxing her. Yes, I know. I know that's going to shock a lot of people. Huh? Why? She said what she said. That's not right. Blah, blah, blah. Right? Okay. She said what she said. It's messed up what she said. Absolutely. Disgusting and wrong, in my personal opinion. But does it mean that she should be doxxed? No, I don't. No. I feel like there's another way. I think that there's another way for her to fully receive the repercussions of her actions. But I do not think that doxing somebody and making their lives a living hell, I don't think that that's the way you do it. Now, we've seen it a million times before. We've seen plenty of Karen videos. We've seen plenty of people act a fool and do stupid stuff. Absolutely. And there's been a lot of people whose lives have been ruined solely because of saying certain things. Remember the Central Park Karen? I think that was like one of the first Karen videos ever to be created. We all saw that. She said some things that were wrong. And she did some things that were caught on video that were illegal. Like calling police, saying that there was somebody attacking her when the guy was not attacking her at all. Filing a false police report is illegal, guys, just so you know. Okay? But at the same time, from what we understand, her life was ruined for maybe 5 seconds. And I'm sure she's living on her life from now on, doing whatever the hell she wants. But do I say going and doxing her and letting everybody know all of her dirty laundry out here in the streets is the right way to go? No, I don't think so. I really don't think so. But then this is something interesting. After this video comes out, which we're only going to see like 5 seconds of it because you guys all have seen the video, she puts together a GiveSendGo account. Same account that Karmelo Anthony's family has their account on. And now it has surpassed, her number has surpassed Karmelo Anthony's number. In fact, she has moved her goal from whatever it was before. It was like, I think it was 200,000 at first. Now it's moved up. It went up to 500,000. She surpassed that, or actually it was at 600,000. She surpassed that. So now it's at 1 million cold hard dollars, right? And I'm telling you right now, she's most likely going to get that monies. She's going to reach that goal because there are a lot of people that feel like she did no wrong, that she was in the right for saying what she said. Some people are calling it black fatigue. Basically, is some semblance of white people are getting tired of trying to accommodate black people. That they're tired of black people saying, "Oh, you know, we've been oppressed, we've been, the racism, etc." That there's white people out here now that are saying, "No, F that. This is black fatigue. We're tired of being nice to you." So this is their way of passive aggressively getting back at black people by spending their own money, by spending their rent money, by spending their last dollar for a woman who said something so deplorable. But there are people out here just going, "Amen, brother," sending their last $5 in their pocket in support of this woman because she says she's scared for her life. At least that's what she says on GiveSendGo. Now, I feel like this is kind of revenge on Karmelo Anthony because Karmelo Anthony was raising his money, $500,000 plus at this point. Now, there have been a lot of people making comments on the GiveSendGo underneath the Karmelo Anthony, underneath his GiveSendGo account, basically saying all kinds of different things. Some things are just saying, hey, we just want to help in solidarity to this guy, for this kid. May he get the best kind of legal representation he can get. Then you got other people out here going, yeah, damn right. Finally, black kid unaliving a white kid. It's about time we get, we get ours back type thing. It's absolutely insane, which I'm telling you right now, those are not good comments. Those are not good reasons to support a situation. You send money to that person because you want that person to get the best legal representation that they can actually afford, not because he took out a white teen at a track meet. That is not a good reason. And I think we can all agree on that. At least I would hope we can agree on that. But apparently, that's not the case. Because we're seeing it over on Karmelo Anthony's side. Then you hop over to Shiloh's side, and the comments, until they got shut off, the comments were absolutely insane. But once again, guys, we are living in some crazy, crazy times. And I feel like we're going back 70 years. Why? Because of stuff like this. As much as we've talked about this so much, there's so much like it's insane. I just wish that we were a little bit better and have moved on as a society, as a people. We should be better. We should be better. But I feel like we're going backwards. And I'm wondering, what is it going to be? What is needed to be done to get further, to get past this, to transcend? Because in my mind, I go, if you want to support Shiloh, that's your business. That's fine. That's your business. If you want to support Karmelo Anthony and put some money towards his legal funds, hey, that's your business too. If you want to support Austin Metcalf's family, oh yeah, remember them? Remember them? Yeah, they here. They in this mix too. They have a little crowdfunding platform as well, or page as well. You want to support them? By all means, do you. But it should be because of wanting to do good, not because of some sort of racial bias or some sort of political bias. Like I've said about the Karmelo Anthony thing, I've said over and over and over again till I'm blue in the face, let us get the facts first. Let's get the evidence. Let's find out what's going on. But nope. For some odd reason, people are trying to turn this into a race thing. Well, I mean, not trying to. They're just augmenting, doubling down. Like I said, some places that I actually have respect for, I'm shocked by the things that are being said. I'm like, damn, that is insane. What's coming out of some people's mouths? It's wrong. It's disgusting. And none of us should be standing for it. In fact, we should be trying to do everything we can to transcend, to be different, to go against this grain and show that we aren't going backwards, that we are pushing forward. That's what we should be doing. Yeah, Penny, I agree. Facts are facts. I hate this division. I hate it too. Because as much as I love this platform, as much as I love talking to you guys, I know all people of all colors, walks of life, ethnic backgrounds, etc. You guys are all in this same room together. And for the most part, you guys stay in the family sandbox and try to be loving, respectful, at least. Agree to disagree, at least. At least one thing is for sure. that we try to maintain respect on the table, regardless of your political background, your ethnicity, sexual orientation. We try as best as we can to be as respectful as we can on this platform. But man, is it wild out there in these streets. It's a jungle out there. On these other platforms, I cannot believe what is being said out here. So again, I'm going to show a little bit of this video. Like I said, we've all seen this. Okay, we've all seen it, and here it is. Snickle Fritz just said, "There is fatigue, though. I think that there's fatigue. Period. It's not just one thing. It's not just black fatigue. Okay, it's just fatigue. I think everyone's just tired. I think everyone's tired of the BS. I think everyone's tired of the pointing of fingers at certain groups or certain people. I think people are upset or annoyed if it's like, oh God, another pronoun, or if it's something about MAGA. I just think that everyone's just tired. I think the fatigue is everything. And I can understand that. I definitely can understand that. But do you think that it's the best way possible, or the best solution is to turn on each other and try to destroy all of us? All of us, this whole country, from the inside out? I'm telling you, no. At least in my personal opinion, that no. Yes, there are problems with this country, without a shadow of a doubt, but I love this country. I'm proud of being American. I'm proud to have my home and what I've built here in America. That I can coexist and have neighbors of different races, different religions, and all that. And we can all coexist together, go to events, see each other, shake hands, have fun, laugh, share wonderful moments. And it's all people from all over the world, all people from different types of backgrounds, not just black and white. But these things like this video that we're going to be taking a look at here in a second, this is exactly what they, and I don't know who they are, but they want this to happen. They want this type of stuff. They want to see anarchy. They want to see the American people eat itself from inside out. They want to see this rot. How many times have we seen in over the Karmelo Anthony thing? How many times have we seen a title of some sort, in the conversation about race war or something of that sort? How many times? How many times over the past couple of years have we seen civil war in titles? Now, they've been saying civil war in many different reasons, in many different ways. But haven't we noticed that that's been said quite a bit? Like I said, they want to see us erode, slowly dismantle from the inside out. And it's these moments like this where we should be standing even closer together in solidarity. This is the time when we should be showing our true colors, but not showing this. Like I said, everyone has their rights to support whoever they want to support. But make sure what you're supporting is for a good reason. Not just because it's revenge. Or it's a damn right, I support this woman calling a kid the N-word. Now, if she was seeing legal like if she was seeing some sort of lawsuit, or if she was looking at some criminal charges of some sort, see, that would make more sense to me. Then I'd be like, okay, she said a word, which is not a right word at all, but she has her own legal rights as an American citizen to defend herself as well. So if she wants to do a GoFundMe for something like that, I need legal representation. Cool. Bet. Do you. Just like Derek Chauvin, Daniel Penny, Kyle Rittenhouse, or any other person. Shoot, even Karmelo Anthony. They have every right to do that. That is their legal American right. But solely because she said the N-word, she's going to be making $1 million. That is crazy. I will say that. That is absolutely crazy. So let's take a look at this video. I'm not playing the whole thing. Okay. You guys have all seen this video, I'm sure, 1 million times over. That's why you're all here. Okay. Well, let's take a look. Colorful language coming, just so you know.
The child, the nigger word? It is my own business. You call him a nigger? Okay, why don't you have the balls to say it right now again?
Fuck you, nigger. Nigger.
All right, that's what you say.
You don't go digging through people's shit, you dumb fuck.
Nobody dig into your shit.
A little fucking kid just did, you dumbass.
That little kid, you call him a nigger?
Yeah.
The little child?
What if he acts like one? He's gonna.
Are you about to hit him? You chase him here?
He took.
Okay. That's enough. That's enough. You guys have already seen it. If you want to go see the rest of it, go check it out. It's being shared all over. Instagram, TikTok, and all that. So you guys can go and check it out for yourselves. But this woman, okay, the woman that's in that video, of course, there have been many TikToks been made about her. This went super viral. And yeah, people were doxing her, which, like I said, I don't recommend you doing that. It's illegal. Just don't do it. It's wrong. Doesn't matter if you hate this woman. Doesn't matter if you have anger towards this woman. Trust me, I got anger too. But I'm not going out of my way to dox this woman. Let her ignorance fly. Her being on TikTok or going uber viral is punishment enough, if that makes any sense. Now, if the family of the child wants to press charges on her, I'm sure they could, or they could sue her. Sure, I'm sure that they could. But have they? I have not heard anything. I have not heard anything of that sort. Personally. Like I said, I'm still somewhat new to the updates that have been going on revolving around this case. But like I said, you don't dox somebody. But let me show you. This is crazy. Let me show you her GiveSendGo. So she put together a GiveSendGo. So we're going to take a look at that. And it's gone crazy. And she will surpass the number what she's trying to get to. So let's take a look at this. It says here, she is trying to go for $1 million now. Because why? She has surpassed her goal, her recent goal, which was, if I'm correct, $600,000. And now it is at $625,711 right now, guys. And also, she's trying to raise $1 million now. Now, don't get me wrong. People do this kind of stuff all the time. GiveSendGo. They'll when they start something like GiveSendGo or GoFundMe, they'll go, okay, we're trying to raise $20,000, and they surpass it by miles, right? And then they'll say, okay, well, not 20,000. We're going to raise it to 40,000. We didn't think it was going to be. Didn't even think we were going to get 20,000. Didn't even think we were going to get 5,000. But wow, okay, everyone does it. Okay, it's a thing that everyone does. The Karmelo Anthony family did it, and everyone was up in arms about it. And as she did it, people do it. Everyone does it. But what's crazy to me is that she is about to be $1 million richer for saying the N-word, y'all. So let's take a look at this. Let's take a look. So it says, help me protect my family. Says, hello, my name is Shiloh, and I have been put into a very dire situation. I recently had a kid steal from my 18-month-old son's diaper bag at a park. Now, we saw the video. Now, we didn't see her with a diaper bag. There could very well have been a diaper bag somewhere in the, at the park that, when she must have been picking up her son because he may have ran off from her. She was picking him up and then she was caught on camera. So that could very well be true. But at the same time, we don't know if him rummaging through the diaper bag is true. She could very well be lying about that. Or a kid who is being a kid could have just been not knowing his boundaries and all that because he's a kid. There's still a possibility that this kid walked up and, took something from her son. Unbeknownst to him. Maybe didn't even know the boundaries, right? That could have really pissed her off too, which is possible, right? Like I said, I'm just putting out all the possibilities here. All the possibilities, but we did not see in the video, unfortunately, the moment that she's claiming that this kid, the black kid, rummaged through or went through the diaper bag. Just so you guys know. But let's continue on. Like I said, she could be telling the truth on that part. Very much. She could be telling the truth. Or she could be lying. Just like Karmelo Anthony saying it was self-defense, he could be telling the truth, or he could be lying. So let's continue on. I called the kid out for what he was. So she called him the N-word because that's what he was. An N-word. Okay. Another man who we recently found out had a history with law enforcement proceeded to record me and follow me to my car. Now, from my understanding, the person that actually filmed her allegedly was hit with some sort of charge with dealing with kids, okay? And that charge later was dropped, just so you know. And of course, there's some people who are still thinking, well, once a PDF file, always a PDF file, if you get my drift. And again, we don't know. Well, I don't know if that's true or not. And then again, if it is true, then why would he be on anywhere near a playground where children are? But apparently those charges were dropped. So again, everything's still kind of up in the air in regards to that. But he still caught her saying the N-word several times on that video. Now, did he not? We can't deny that. Those things were being said. Those words did come out of her mouth. No, that was not AI. So let's continue on. So he has a history with law enforcement, proceeded to record me and follow me to my car. He then posted these videos online, which has caused my family and myself great turmoil. My social security number has been leaked. My address and phone number have been given out freely, which is bad. That's bad news bears. Just like with what's going on with the Metcalf and the Anthony family, these are things that you don't do. It's illegal and it's wrong. You don't do that. My family members are being attacked. My eldest child may not be going back to school. Even where I exercise has been exposed. Now, let me tell you this. They may not ask for her kid to go back to the school solely because of what she was caught on film saying. That also could be the situation too. I'm just keeping it real. I'm just keeping it a bean. There could very well be a situation where they're like, nah, that might be the situation here. God only knows. Maybe the kid goes to a private school or some sort of a parochial school, some sort of Catholic or some sort of religious school. They might be like, no, we don't stand for those kind of things. That could very well be it too. Let's just not forget that. So, she did open her mouth. She did say the N-word, and those things are bad. Let's move on. So my eldest child may not be going back to school. May not, though. So may not be going back to school. And that may also be because her kid's school got doxxed as well. That may be. All right. Now, let's go into this. Even where I exercise has been exposed. I am asking for your help to assist in protecting my family. I fear we must relocate. I have 2 small children who do not deserve this. We have been threatened to the extreme by people online. Anything will help. We cannot and will not live in fear. Thank you. Now, let's talk about this, because I remember when the Karmelo Anthony family said, hey, we're trying to raise some money for legal fees and for our livelihood. Everybody and their mama was losing their doggone mind. Were they not? Were they not? Everybody and their mom was losing their doggone mind when they said, hey, we're trying to raise some money, blah, 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 right? Everybody was losing their mind. Paca watching them and stuff. They were. Lies coming out. Oh, they bought new cars and new houses, none of which were proven. They were just rumors, guys. Just rumors. And people were losing their minds over the fact that they were raising even $200,000 at that time. So now she says she needs help. And here it is. She wants to do this. This is her right. She wants to raise the money. That is her right. And now it is past $600,000. And she's trying to go for $1 million. Now, a lot of people are like, oh, yeah, she's going to be, white people are just helping her laugh all the way to the bank because she said the N-word. And this is what the black community gets because we're tired of it and we ain't taking it no more. It's sad. It's just sad in my personal opinion. But at the same time, she has every right to do this. GiveSendGo kind of painted themselves in a corner now, didn't they? They did. Because at first they were like, well, it's a platform for everyone. We have it out there for people to have free speech. And if they need to raise money, they have every right to be on there as long as it's not fraudulent and all that, right? Right? So as long as this isn't fraudulent, she could raise her money. Now, I know that puts a bad taste in a lot of people who don't like what she said, that bad taste in the mouths of people that don't like what she said. And I understand that. I fully do. But at the same time, that's the platform in which GiveSendGo is. Because you got to remember, also, here's Karmelo Anthony's GiveSendGo. Let's take a look at this. Again, their number is still at $600,000. They've raised, and they're very close to reaching that goal. And I'm sure once they hit $600,000, it'll be bumped up to $1 million, I'm sure. Give it time. It'll get there. And, will they reach that? I mean, will they change the number to, say, $1 million or 750,000? They probably will. Because that's their right too. I just want to, the only thing that I see in the difference with this situation is that this woman is not looking at anything legal going on. The only thing is that she's being doxxed. She's being harassed online. I don't know her story. I don't know if she's been attacked in person. Don't know if people have been going up to her house and knocking on her door or anything of that sort. But it is a scary thought to have any of your information out there, your personal stuff out there like that. That is a terrible and scary thing for sure. And that I would say for the Anthony family situation and for her situation as well. But also, wish she didn't say what she said. Wish she didn't say what she said. Some crazy stuff, guys. Hold on, I got a few other things we're going to look at. But there are people that are literally standing 10 toes down right now for her. Okay. And I don't know. I don't know if it's pent up aggression on things from whatever. I don't know. But I will say that it has been pretty crazy. It has been pretty crazy. So now here's the thing. The guy who actually filmed this thing, he did speak out a couple times. There's like also an interview that came out as well, and with like local news. I may not be doing that one in this show. I might just do it as a pop-up here in a little bit. But I wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update on what's going on and what has happened here. And again, I just feel like we're better as a people, but maybe I'm just, the glass half full kind of guy, and just think that we should be better as a people. We should be. And I guess people are so torn up and angry about Carmelo Anthony raising any type of money that this has happened. But what's interesting is I have not seen any, like when the Kyle Rittenhouse situation was going on, or the Daniel Penny situation was going on, Derek Chauvin situation was going on. There was there was obviously anger about those individuals raising money for their legal representation, but I've never seen anything like this before. Never. I never have. Now, I guess the question I still have for you guys is this too. Do you think the filming of racist people, because Shiloh definitely is racist, that is without question, guys. That is without question that she's racist. She didn't care. Because if she was not that race, if she was not that type of person, was not racist, she would have used another word. She would have just told him, move off. What the hell are you doing? Something like that. Verbally reprimand the kid, but not using that word. So, my question to you is this, because there's been a lot of videos, Karen videos, people losing their doggone minds caught on video. We've seen black Karens, Asian Karens, white Karens, Latino Karens. We've seen them all. Every shade under the sun. Do you think they deserve to be caught on film or no? Do you think that that's right? Because we got to start from that basic question. Because those videos go viral like crazy. Especially like the Central Park Karen ones, or, there's been plenty of Karen videos out here. Plenty. Shoot, there are YouTube channels that specifically only do videos showing Karens losing their minds with their own commentary and all that. Shoot, I think there was a segment on a show called "I Wish a Karen Would." Like, real talk, right? So I keep wondering: do you think it's right, or do you think it's wrong? I'll let you guys percolate on that for a second. Let me get some of these super chats. S-Dubs, thank you so much for the being a member for the past 26 months. I appreciate it. Why don't they make it a hate crime to use racial slurs? From my understanding, there are charges that can be put onto someone like Shiloh for saying those kinds of words. Absolutely. But to what extent, how intense, how bad those that crime can be, I don't know. That's something that we just need to talk about even more. Again, though, and I just saw somebody said First Amendment. I get it. It's First Amendment, the right of free speech. But I also think that there are loopholes within that as well. Don't get me wrong. We just saw somebody, I didn't agree with him, but he had his First Amendment right to stand on top of his own MAGA bus and say, protect white Americans. Stop these black Americans from hurting these white Americans. He literally stood up there in front of 5 people, but he still had his rights to do that. Now, was he throwing out racial slurs? No, he was not. But I mean, he was saying it in other ways. He just was not saying the N-word. Does that make sense? He was not throwing out slurs, but he was calling black people degenerates and all that. That's insane. But that's also his legal right. So again, it's interesting. So this is a very interesting turn of events. Like I said, I leave the internet for like 24 hours, man, and this thing goes off like a powder keg. I'm like, how's this even going? How is this happening? Damn. I was like, have we not learned anything? Have we not learned anything at all? This is insane, but okay. This is what people want. They want to support this. By all means, do you, boo-boo. Let's continue on. Mimi, thank you so much for the love. Thank you so much for being a member for 31 months. I appreciate it. No normal and good human, especially a real mom, says something bad to a child. WTF? Yes, I agree about that as well. For take out the fact that it was take out the fact of anything and just look at the main thing. This was a little kid. Let's just say 5 to maybe 9 years old, and this mother says this word to this kid. That's wrong in my personal opinion. Sure, she has rights. Doesn't mean I have to agree with it. Just like that Protect White Americans protest demonstration thing that happened on behalf of Austin Metcalf. I don't have to. I acknowledge it. It's there. Doesn't mean I have to agree with it. It's his right. It just doesn't mean I have to agree with it, right? Mimi, thank you so much for the super sticker. I appreciate it. Rook, what up, man? Thank you so much for being a member for the 19 months. I appreciate it, baby. Hi, everyone. Hi, Pascal. Hope all is well. Good to see y'all. Yeah, you too, man. It's been an interesting one. It's been an interesting one. You think that we, start making strides as a people, and then it just somebody walks over and just hits the reset button. You know what I'm saying? Accidentally just leans on the reset button. Oh, snap. Sorry. Oh, no, everything's crashing. Oh, no. It's like that, man. It's like that right now. It's insane. It's insane. Penny, welcome to the family. Thank you so much. Kimberly, thank you so much. Whoops. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for gifting 5 memberships. Welcome to the family, all 5 of you. And again, more than ever right now, somebody like Kimberly just gave all 5 of you guys gifts. Please pay it forward. Do something positive for somebody. All right. Open the door for somebody. Say something nice to somebody. Give your parents a call. Give your kid a call that maybe you haven't talked to in a little bit, or, whatever. Just pay it forward. We need more positivity and more goodness out here, because this stuff is just crazy. Especially this reaction is crazy. The reaction to me is absolutely wild, because you'd think that we try to right things, get it back to its true north. This one's not doing that. This one's going completely south. And it's sad, in my personal opinion. But some other people are applauding it. Yeah, man, the videos I have seen. Wow. Wow. And it's like, I didn't know you could say those things on platforms. Wow. Okay. That's how you feel. I bet. Kimberly, thank you so much for being a member for 29 months. I appreciate it. It's not our differences that divide us. It's our inability to recognize, accept, and celebrate those differences. Yes. Very nicely, very good quote. Yeah. I got nothing to say on that. I mean, that's literally what I've been saying. She just said it in a very, very, very digestible quote there. It's true. And sad. Kimberly in Japan. All the way from Japan, guys, saying that. Now, the Somali gentleman that was filming this video, there's been a lot of things that have come out. There were allegations of him being, he was accused of doing some PDF type stuff. Allegedly, those things were dropped. Those charges were dropped. So he speaks out in this first video. Like I said, there's a bunch of things that have happened over the past 48 hours. There's been a lot of stuff surrounding this whole situation. So let's get this situation going. Hold on. Oh, let me see that. Bear says, Pascal, this is weird as donation websites. Do you really think this money came from citizens? Hell, he said it more than he said it more than she did. I mean, listen, there is no the reason. Let me just say this. He was obviously shocked that she even said the word. I'm not trying to sit here and go, oh, one said it more than the other. The reason why he pulled out that camera or his phone to film her in the first place is because she said the N-word. And, you know, honestly, like real talk, I don't care about this whole, like, it's just a word. It's a very messed up, wrong word, period. Yes, we can always transcend and just look at it and go, it's a word. It's only a word. It's something along the lines of it's only a word. The weight of the word is only how you take it and all that. I'm telling you right now, it's a terrible word. It's a wrong word. Just don't say it. It's as simple as that. It should not be justified. There should be no justification of saying a word like that. Like, fellas, I'm sure you've never gone and called your wife or your girl the B word. Oh my God, if you did. Just saying, just an idea, just for a helpful tip, guys, just don't do it. Just don't do it. If you want to live, don't do it. Oh, and if you call her, and some guys will say the C word, and I'm surprised a lot of y'all are still on this planet because most of y'all would have been. I'm just saying. So again, same thing. It's just a word. No, it's not just a word. It's not. There's a lot of weight behind those words, and you know better. Oh God forbid, guys, you in an argument with your mom, or not your mom, with your wife or something like that, and then you say, wife or honey, girlfriend, stop being, wait for the word, crazy. You know for a fact you don't want to say that word either. And definitely, yeah, speaking of that, you definitely don't want to call your mom crazy too, because that then you turn into, you will be gone. Okay? You know for a fact what I'm talking about. Don't call me crazy. I didn't say crazy. I just said you're being a little out of hand. You're just being you're reading into things, honey. Honey. So again, as much as people say, then I say, define crazy. Define the B word. Define the C word. All those things. Miss me with the nonsense. If you are trying to justify the N word, I'm telling you right now, respectfully, stop it. That energy will be wasted here. Real talk. So, with that being said, he recorded her. He said it, sure. But the only reason why this whole conversation even started was because he heard her say the N-word to a child, which should never happen. She's a grown-ass woman. Maybe she should be acting as such, in my personal opinion. But I know some people will feel some type of way because of how I feel about something like this, which is ridiculous because, again, I know there's going to be people out here that are on her side. There really are people, even black people too, by the way, oh my word, that are behind her 100%. Let her talk that talk, okay? That's what she wants to do. Do you? I'm just one platform speaking what I think. There's other words that she could have used, especially towards a child. Still, no matter what, I mean, even if this kid was, even if that person that was allegedly rummaging through her diaper bag, and he was a 20-year-old man, she doesn't need to say that word either. In fact, it would have been like, get the F out of my diaper bag. What the hell is wrong with you? Back off. I'm calling the cops. Those are more. That'll motivate that kid to run away as fast as possible. Like I said, a million other things that could have been said, but those words weren't said. Just saying. Just saying. Hold on real quick. I got to... Oh, Mimi, thank you so much for the super sticker. I really do appreciate it. But this is why we have these hard conversations, right? Not every show is a cakewalk. Not every single show is about Shannon Sharpe and the Shannon Sharpe shakedown, the black leather straps. Not all of them are a cakewalk. Sometimes we have these conversations that are tough. But that's what we have to have so that we can be better as a people. Hopefully we walk away from this conversation as better, as stronger as a unit. But like I said, if you want to pay the money, your last dollar to her because she said the N-word, that's you. That's on you, baby. That's on you. The same thing with Karmelo. You want to spend your last dollar for him so he can get legal representation? Then do you. But I don't see anything in her breakdown, in her description, in her GiveSendGo. Not once does she say anything about legal representation. She just says, I'm moving. I need to move. So I'm going to raise $1 million. Now give me some candy. And I guess that's how the cookie's going to crumble for her on that one, which is very interesting. But let's take a look at this, the gentleman that was filming. Okay. So it says something here. It says, hey, just curious. Okay. So they're talking about the allegations that apparently he was hit with. So let's take a look.
Flash news to everybody. If investigations are happening on a serious crime which I was being accused of, was in the past, that I've assaulted somebody, assaulted I should say, in the English terminology, which has been proven that I have never done anything wrong.
Now, I am kind of curious. What would he do? What did he do to get himself into that situation, into that kind of trouble in the first place? Because to be called or accused of being a PDF file, that is some serious stuff. So what is it that he did that caused him to get in this kind of trouble? And then how did it get dropped? And why did it get dropped? And that's one thing that a lot of people are looking at. Now, first off, it's weird that he's even on a playground in the first place with these kind of allegations. That's number one. But number two, he's not the one that said what was said to the kid. Again, what he's done, what he was alleged of doing, that was dropped. Don't know why he was there. Don't know why he was there. From my understanding, he said that he was there with another kid with his kids or something like that there, and then witnessed this whole thing and then recorded it. But like I said, I'm not defending, this guy or the allegations, but I am kind of curious as to why he was hit with those charges and why they were dropped, because those are some serious allegations to have thrown at you and then suddenly have them removed and dropped. That's just very interesting. But nonetheless, let's hear the rest of what he got to say. It's very interesting, though.
And the case was dismissed. Why am I guilty of something in a court of law dismissed? Tell me, why am I? I'm getting death threats. Why? This is a miracle. Flash news to everybody.
So what's interesting is that, of course, he made this viral video I'm thinking he thought that by putting it up there, there would be some sort of social media justice, but then it's come back to bite him right in the butt. Because now, of course, it's coming back, and now everybody's showing that he has a very questionable past, which is also something that's very interesting as well. But let's take a look at this. All right, here's an article. Minnesota mom rakes in over now $600,000, guys, after calling a boy. Now they're saying this kid has autism, the N-word. Now, let me say this. If the kid actually is autistic or was not, still doesn't matter. He should not have been called the N-word, in my personal opinion. All right. I think that there's better ways to get your point across. But there's an added factor there. If he is autistic. Now, not everybody can sit there and go, oh, I can see autism from 15 miles away. This woman may not have known that the kid was autistic. But she still said the word nonetheless. She still said the words and still stood on them 10 toes down, giving 0 Fs about whatever repercussions that would be that would descend upon her, which clearly there has been some repercussions. But the fact that they're saying right now that this kid is autistic, that's really sad and really, really messed up. It makes the situation even worse. But again, she's found an audience. 620, what was it? $625,000 worth of an audience. So let's take a look at this article. Again, over $600,000. And like I said, there are people on platforms that are literally practically doing cartwheels right now over this situation. To me, this is sad. This is just sad. A Minnesota woman caught on a viral video calling an autistic child the N-word is painting herself as the victim and has raked in more than $500,000 in an online fundraiser after declaring her personal information has been leaked because of the incident, which is never good. That's not good. But yes, the spin is real. Shiloh Hendrix identified herself as the mother caught on camera this week hurling the vile slur at a 5-year-old boy she allegedly caught rifling through her bag at a playground in Rochester, about 90 minutes south of Minneapolis. Hendrix, Shiloh, can be seen in the clip, which we already know, throwing out profanity and all that. We're going to continue on. So Shamaki or Shamaik Omar, okay? This Shamaik Omar is the guy's name. Asked Hendrix if she flung this vile slur at the child. She says, yeah. Of course, we already saw the video, but she says he took my son's stuff. So 1,000 of people online condemned Hendrix for using such hateful language, especially against a child. The boy is autistic, adding his parents, who are from Somalia, were supervising their 3 other children on the playground at the time of the incident. Now, there has been a lot of rumors saying, oh, no, he wasn't autistic. In fact, he wasn't even 5. It's all BS and it's all lies, right? Now we're hearing from the family of this autistic boy saying that he is autistic and he is 5 years old. But you see how much people will do anything they can to move the goalpost to fit their narrative, that this is all one psyop, this is all one big con, this is all fake news, that the kid is really 11 years old. I heard some things about that too. I'm like, diggity damn, you really think the kid is 11 years old? Stop it. But you're hearing from the family. And of course, I know some people are going to be like, oh, take him back to get him out of our country, right? But both from Somalia. The parents sitting there saying, kid is autistic. 5 years old. Let's move on, though. So that little boy was visibly upset by the incident. This is, of course, what Omar was saying. During the confrontation, Hendrix allegedly told he and his wife shouldn't have more children because they are a drain on the welfare system. That's what she said. And I don't mean The Office. That's what she said. No, that's what she literally said, y'all. Allegedly. I'll just say that too. So she has proclaimed herself a victim of an attack, asserting online that the viral video has put her family in jeopardy, which of course now she has. And even before it hit $600,000, she had already raised it to $1 million. Ain't that something? I recently had a kid steal from my 18-month-old son's diaper bag at the park, which we already read. Another man who recently found out, who we recently found out had a history with law enforcement, proceeded to record me, which we already read as well. And of course, all her information was put out there. Let's move on. While Hendrix claimed in the post that Omar had a history of problems with the law enforcement, state court records show she has multiple convictions of her own, including driving under the influence, disorderly conduct, and brawling. Interesting. Rochester Police Department said Friday it was investigating the matter after receiving multiple calls relating to the video. This isn't racism. It's a public reckoning for Karmelo Anthony getting paid $500,000 to take the life of a white child while no one flinched. Shiloh raising money for a slur is just a mirror. And what it reflects is a society that rewards certain narratives, buries others, and calls it justice. This is what somebody put on Twitter. So Minnesota law defines one type of attack as an action taken with intent to cause fear. It would be considered a misdemeanor. So she could look at something, but it would be hit as a misdemeanor. Now, the family could sue. They could go after her and sue civilly. And that's possible. The boy's parents have expressed support for prosecution. This is according to the guy who actually filmed her saying these words. Neither Omar nor Hendrix could be immediately reached, blah, blah, blah. So Friday, the Minnesota Democratic delegation commended Omar for standing up to Hendrix, even as she continues to spew hate. We condemn these vile acts of racism in the strongest way possible. This disgusting rhetoric has no place in our community, and we're grateful that a bystander took action and prevented further escalation by the perpetrator. So some online commentators claimed Hendrix' fundraising from the incident was a public reckoning after the Karmelo Anthony situation, which we've already talked about ad nauseum. Now, of course, we already know that Karmelo Anthony has been saying that this is self-defense. And I say we got to wait and see if that is true or not, because that could be true or that could be a bold-faced lie. We don't know yet. But of course, there have been a lot of people who have taken sides. Either they're sitting there saying they're on Austin Metcalf's side, saying that he was straight up emmed, or they're saying, hey, no. He was intimidated, he was scared, he was fearful for his life, and he was protecting himself. This was self-defense. Of course, we are still waiting to find out the verdict or find out the information on that, because there's no evidence to show us either side yet. There's just rumors, fake news that's been put out there, a lot of AI footage and photos that have been put out that are not real. And I'm telling you guys right now, just proceed with those things with caution, because it's crazy out there revolving around the Karmelo Anthony, Austin Metcalf situation. Let me get some of these super chats here really quick. So Kimberly in Japan. Okay, words can cut deeper than a knife, yet some adults / parents can just use them casually without a second thought, unaware of the damage they cause. Too sad. Yep, I agree. And some people sit there and go, it's just words. Sticks and stones, right? Sticks and stones. True. I get that part too. But at the same time, when you are a child and you are being said those words for the very first time or for the umpteenth time, it doesn't matter. It hits different. As an adult, that's one thing. But as a child, we should all be treating our future, all of our little seedlings, with absolute respect, even if it's not your own kid. Now, we don't know the full scope of that either. She claims he was going through her bag. We have no proof of that yet. But at the same time, like I said, she could have gone and approached the situation a little bit different. Different words, guys. It's a kid. And that may have been the first time that kid ever heard that word, ever. And now it's a situation where a kid has to go to their mom or their dad and ask them, hey, can you explain to me, like, what is this word? And then they have to understand that part, which is sad. And that's not how it should be introduced to a kid. It shouldn't. That should be a conversation at the right time, at the right moment. Not something like that. Not in this way. Tina, thank you so much for the super stick. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so very, very much. Yeah, that's true, Mustard. You are wrong. If people can fund the Karmelo Anthony situation or an Emmer, okay, they can fund a bad mom. You ain't wrong with that. Like I said, it's everyone's right to do whatever the hell they want with their money. As long as it's consensual, right? As long as it's legal. If they want to spend money on the Shiloh, by all means, spend your money on Shiloh. I don't care. It doesn't change my life. It doesn't change how the world spins for me. But do I agree with it? No, I don't. And that is the thing. Like, that is my legal right as an American, right? That's my freedom. That's freedom right there. But anyway, very interesting though. So if she was to be hit with some sort of charge, it would be considered a misdemeanor. So it would be small. She also has she also has her fair share of run-ins with police. She has her own fair share of run-ins with law enforcement as well. They listed it off in that article. So again, I mean, nothing like being accused of being a PDF file. I mean, that is some crazy stuff. But like I said, I'm very curious as to how or why that stuff got dropped. But again, I guess we're gonna have to wait and see all about that. Now, the thing is that there's been some interesting stuff that's been out here, and I don't know if any of this is true. Hold on one second, guys. And unfortunately, I'm gonna have to wrap this bad boy up here soon. But I don't know. I like, one thing is for sure. I'm trying to find out if this is. I saw this on X, and I don't know if this is. Man, I don't know if that's true. There's just been some photos that have been out here that I am kind of curious as to if they are true or not. Because like I said, photos nowadays, it gets pretty crazy out here. People are very quick to put out information that is, we'll just say, fake, potentially fake. But there are some things that have been out here that I'm like, man, how much of this is true? Like I said, fake photos of Shiloh and saying, oh, she was, here's her with a black guy and all that. And it's we're starting to see that all those things are just fake as well. But again, guys, unfortunately, I'm going to have to wrap up here soon, but this is just sad. I mean, that's all it is. It's just, this is just some sad stuff. Now, just so you know, yeah, I've heard about GiveSendGo in the past, solely because of Derek Chauvin. and Kyle Rittenhouse. Those are the only reasons why I knew about GiveSendGo, just so you guys know. But that's not a more prominent one than, let's just say, GoFundMe or Kickstarter. Those are much bigger names. But now GiveSendGo is a platform that people are going to. Clearly, you have someone like Shiloh going on there and raising almost $1 million. What's very interesting about this, though, and I'm just going to tap on this for a second, and I'm probably going to do this as a video, pop-up video a little bit later, but I do want to share this as well. I think this is interesting. So GiveSendGo has been in the middle of a lot of BS lately. They've been in the mix of all this crap. I just want to make this abundantly clear. But recently, and I'm only going to share a little bit of this, but recently, because today is what? The 4th? So 2 days ago, one of the co-founders, Jacob Wells, came out and spoke out about this whole situation with the Karmelo Anthony thing and the Shiloh Hendrix situation. Now, let me just tell you something. I think he painted himself into a corner. I'm just going to keep it real. I think he got painted into a corner because he was standing on one side, not on anybody's side, just saying standing on the side of this is the platform. The platform exists specifically because of this. This is why it exists. For people to raise their money. And then, of course, he said, no, we don't get one red penny from the website. Everything, all the money is going straight to the families or the people who need the money. So there is no financial gain from this website that they get. But he said, okay, there's the good and bad thing in regards to this website, because now we're seeing people hopping onto Karmelo Anthony's page saying racist things over there, and now we're seeing people hop onto Shiloh Hendrix page and saying racist things as well. And now I think he is sitting there going, damn, I am screwed, because I am screwed. That's what he's basically thinking in his head. Because I said it's a place that's supposed to be, it almost wide open. Freedom of speech, do what you want to do, say what you need to say, raise your money as long as it is not fraudulent, right? And then guess what happens? Shiloh Hendrix puts out her own GoFund or GiveSendGo, and now it's almost at $1 million. But people were at least saying pretty crazy racist things under her stuff as well. So now we got a new update. As of about 2 days ago, Jacob Wells has now shut off comments under both Karmelo Anthony's account and Shiloh Hendrix's account as well. He's screwed. Do you understand? He's screwed. He's screwed because he's like, oh, damn. Now I can't, it's not like I could shut her down. Everybody will lose their mind. I wouldn't be surprised if people out here sitting there saying, oh, we must boycott GiveSendGo now. Watch. But you also got to remember, if they boycott GiveSendGo, then they're not helping Shiloh make her monies no more. You understand that, right? You see what I'm saying? It's bad. Like I said, I just want to share a little bit of this because this is terrible. Regardless, this is terrible. But he's painted himself, and GiveSendGo have painted themselves into a very, very small and tight corner. And there's no way he can get out of it now. Take a look at this. So it says here, and I'm only going to read the first paragraph. So at GiveSendGo, we recently disabled comments on the fundraising campaigns for Karmelo Anthony and Shiloh Hendrix due to the unacceptable volume of racist and derogatory remarks. At the time, comments are turned off. Both campaigns had raised approximately $500,000 with around 15,000 donors each. So again, as soon as he jumped into the group chat and started saying what he said with the Karmelo Anthony thing, And he's been sitting, standing 10 toes down on it. Like, hey, I hate that it has, there's a lot of pros to having freedom of speech and being able to raise money on this platform, but there's a lot of cons too. He even said that in an interview on Fox News. I'm not kidding. So then Shiloh, because I'm sure she knew everything that was going on with the Carmelo Anthony situation and the fact that she was getting doxxed and her life was getting put out there on the internets. She goes to that same website to raise almost now close to $750,000. Same platform. Which is insane. You know what I want to say though, and it's insane, and that's crazy that this is actually happening. That the comments had to be disabled because of the derogatory and racist remarks that were being said underneath both platforms. That's insane. One, can't we all just get along? Can't we just love each other again? Damn. Okay, that's number one. Number two, why hasn't the family of that black kid that was called the N-word? I'm waiting for them to start their own GiveSendGo right next to Shiloh Hendrix account as well. Oh my damn. Imagine if they did that. It would be absolute pandemonium. You got to remember, if Shiloh's able to do it and start her own GiveSendGo account and make this kind of money, the family can too. The family can too. Just something to think about. But if they did do that, they have through the NAACP. I heard something about that. I need to look that up to see if that's actually 110% true. Hold on. Is that true? So yeah, okay. Rochester branch of, let's see, right here. It's come on, pull up. It says Rochester branch of NAACP closes fundraiser for child at center of viral video. So they said that it has closed its fundraiser for the child at the center of this racial slurs video. Okay, we already know about that. On the fundraisers page, the branch of the NAACP said, we extend our heartfelt gratitude to anyone who gave so generously in response to the pain and heartbreaking incident involving a young black child who was subjected to racial hate at a public park. Your compassion, your solidarity, and your belief in love over hate have been overwhelming and deeply moving. The fundraiser had a goal of $150,000. It had acclimated a total of $341,504 when it closed. That's crazy, though, that they were going for 150 and they doubled that. So that's interesting. But I am still kind of going, well, maybe they should just put one up there right next to Shiloh's. I mean, if everyone's going to be just going ham on each other, might as well just rip the Band-Aid off, you know? So that is very interesting nonetheless. But she's raised $625,000 on GiveSendGo. And now GiveSendGo, I think, is starting to feel, they're starting to feel it now. They're starting to feel it now. Hence the reason why they shut down comments. This is nuts. This is nuts, guys. But like I said, I keep thinking we should be better as a people. At least I thought we were better as a people. This is some wild stuff. Mustard, stay objective as you are. Good luck with the channel. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Mustard. I appreciate it. Hey, some days it's easy, some days it's hard. This one, to me, don't dox people. Don't. Does she deserve $1 million? No. Are you out your mind? Man, I'm going to say this. Pineapples. Now, I'm going to start a GiveSendGo because I said pineapples. And I'm going to try for like $500,000 solely on saying the word pineapples. Now I've said it 3 times in a row. Pineapples. That's 4. So give me $1 million because I said pineapples 5 times now. You feel me? It's ridiculous, guys. But again, like I said, don't dox people. Don't give people hell. That's not the right way to do it. Let her get whatever's coming to her from the family whose child was subjected to that word. That's how it should be done. Just in my personal opinion. But it's already gone. It's already gone off the edge. It's already gone over the edge already. It's going down fast and on fire. And so we'll see how this all goes down, because I'm kind of curious if these accounts are going to stay up there. Because at some point, the GiveSendGo either has to just be okay with this, or they're just going to have to shut everything down and refund everybody their money. That's the other thing, too. Because now it's getting nasty. It's getting dirty out here. And I'm wondering what's going to happen next with the GiveSendGo stuff. Insane, guys. Absolutely insane. Anyway, guys, that's the show. Appreciate all y'all for being here. It means a lot. Lot going on in this world. Let's not forget, let's love each other, regardless of our skin color, our ethnic background, our religions, our faith, our sexual orientation. We should be better, and we should be loving each other no matter what. That's how we get on this planet. And also, all that anger and all that worry and all that BS, it just causes cancer. Real talk, y'all. Let's transcend. Yeah. Let's transcend. Anyway, guys, that is the show. I appreciate all y'all for being here. It means a lot. Please don't forget, hit that like button down below before you head out. That would be greatly appreciated. We have these hard conversations. It just is what it is. All right? Hit that like button down below. Hit that follow button. If you're watching on other platforms, if you're watching on this main channel, please make sure you are subscribed here. Go to my second channel, The Pascal Show Clips. Make sure you're subscribed over there as well. That'd be greatly appreciated. Hit that join button down below like some of you guys did. Welcome to the family, some of you new faces. Hit that Patreon, hit that locals, and of course, check out PascalMerch.com. Okay, guys? Anyway, guys, it is time to get going. Much love to you guys. Have a great rest of your day, and stay positive out there. We'll be talking here soon. Much love to you guys. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.